Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Footy Fan Zone watch along of Arsenal versus West Ham United. Joining me today is obviously co-host Elliot. How are you today, pal?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you today?
Not bad, mate. Yourself?
Not looking forward to this.
I mean, I couldn't know why personally, but
We'll probably get battered.
yeah, I reckon. Well, what did I say in the thing? I said 3-1, didn't I? In the thingy
Yeah.
prediction, I think. And I'll see if my mic makes this any better. 1 second. Right, is that any better or not?
Yeah, that's much better, mate.
All right, cool. Nice one. Kieran's on his way back from the shop, so it shouldn't be too long.
Well, you shouldn't be. I'm a bit weary of Kara, to be truthfully honest.
Yeah, apparently he's not been that great, has he?
No, he's been abysmal. That's all I can say.
Jesus. I mean, I haven't watched much of West Ham this year, but from what I've seen, you're not looking that great going forward, to be honest.
Nope. I mean, I think the only really good option we've got going forward is Paqueta
Yeah,
and probably Bowen in there as well, maybe.
yeah. If you didn't have Paqueta, that would be a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'm just weary of Holden. I don't know how he's going to perform.
Neither do I, but I think Kieran will be joining us in a few minutes.
Lovely stuff. I was going to make lunch, but I didn't really have time.
Yeah, you can go and make something, mate. Don't worry.
No, I'll tell you what, I'll go grab a drink and then I'll leave my lunch till half time. Right, I'll go fill up my water bottle. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, it's fine. Take your time, pal. Obviously, the bubbles blowing around the London Stadium and having I'm Forever blowing bubbles playing as well as the players walk down the tunnel. And to be truthfully honest, I think if we lose this, we do need to get rid of Moyes. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not very confident about this game. I think we're looking absolutely abysmal at the moment. And I think if we win this, it'll be a very, very big confidence boost.
Right, back.
Wicked. Arsenal, obviously. Oh, and we've lost possession already.
You love to see it.
West Ham are looking a little bit better than past at the moment.
Yeah. Are you watching it on stream?
Yeah, I am watching on the stream. And here is Kieran. Can you hear us, Kieran?
Howdy.
I can hear you. I'm all
There we
good.
go, good.
Wait, Gary, what minute are you in?
I am in the first minute and 38 seconds.
Oh, I'm like 20 seconds behind you.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm about
Yeah.
10 seconds. So we're all at different points. I think Gary's going to react first.
I've just
I'll
hit
have to
30.
try and... Yeah, I'm near enough 2 minutes in.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a
I'm going
good
to see if
game.
I can reset my Sky, see if it doesn't.
It's like I said to Elliot, though, Kieran, I said, I think the really only points of attack that West Ham have got going forward is Paqueta and Bowen.
Yeah, I'm a little bit critical of the West Ham lineup, I will admit. I don't understand why he's not playing Ings and Antonio together, that 4-4-2 that it worked so well against Fulham last week. It's a great play down the line. Not cleared very well, Arsenal could. So yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that they've resulted back to the 4-2-3-1. The thing is, we've been saying both privately and on the show, it's David Moyes on the chopping block. I'll be very surprised if he gets the sack if he loses this game, because obviously with Arsenal doing so well this season. But yeah, we'll have to see. Let's see how it goes. West Ham don't play that badly though, do they, against Arsenal?
No,
Not
they
that
always seem to
badly,
do
I
all right
think.
against us.
We just seem to always switch on against like the big six. Obviously, like the likes of Liverpool, I think it was only 1-0, wasn't it, at Anfield?
Yeah. Like I said, it was a very lucky result. Obviously, Chelsea as well. You seem to be getting some good crossing here. Cleared away. Saliba's got to be that. I don't know. Gabriel.
This is horrible. We're at different times.
Yeah, when we used to do live streams, I used to be ahead of Gary, and that was I used to react not knowing forgetting that Gary was not seeing it yet. So that was interesting, the West Ham Liverpool games, because you could just see Gary's face going like that. I like that.
I think as
Is
well
there a
it
way
was
you can
like
share the screen to the thing or not?
the only way is it'd obviously have to come up on the stream, and yeah, don't want to risk it.
Yeah, true. No, I completely forgot about that, to be honest.
Handball has been called, but he's been waved away.
We'll see that in a minute.
You shall.
Elliot, we obviously spoke a little bit before. Obviously, a strong Arsenal lineup, are probably set for that left back position. Do you think that'll be a worry today? I mean, he's going up against Bowen on that left hand side, Kieran Tierney.
No, I am not fussed at all about Tierney playing, to be honest. Obviously, Zinchenko's the man at the minute, man at the moment at left back. But Tierney's always been solid for us, hasn't he? And
What a weird, no offense, but it was a weird signing. Like everyone said, it was a weird signing. It wasn't.
What's that?
Zinchenko. It was a good signing.
No. It's weird on a Man City perspective because they shouldn't have really let him go.
But they got rid of him in the summer, and then they got rid of Cancelo in the January, and he's not even playing for Bayern Munich at the moment. So,
No. Well, they're trying to play with no fullbacks, aren't they?
it seems to be working. Obviously, picked up a 3-1 victory against Leicester City. You know what? I'm actually going to just sort of manifest into that question for you boys. I mean, I watched the game. obviously, it was going to be difficult for Leicester to pick up something from that. It was the Man City show in the first half. But I thought towards that last 10, 15 minutes of the game, Leicester showed some real fight in that game. Is that a positive sign to see, Gaz? Is probably a Leicester fan?
Yeah, it's a positive to see, and it's fucking 1-0 already. Oh, God.
Killed
Saka here up against Kufau. We will talk about the goal in just a moment. That's a great ball from Oh, it's simple and it's easy from the league leaders.
This is what I said. I wasn't confident at all.
Goal.
Well, a lot of people were questioning as to whether he would come back in the squad following his injury. How wrong they were. What a fantastic Arsenal move. Shades of the Invincible season, you've got to say. With that quick movement. And Gabriel Jesus, easiest finish, but again, it's sloppy at the back, and it's what West Ham do, guys, this season.
Yeah, West Ham have always been sloppy at the back, and it's just dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
It's Saka and Odegaard again. He's onside. He is onside. Elliot, you muted, mate, if you wanted to talk, brother.
As I was saying,
Yes, there we go.
that pass from Odegaard, ridiculous, isn't it?
Ben White was on. Kufau was not aware at all of the dudes coming behind him. It's a typical striker in the right place at the right time and a very easy finish. But Arsenal leading, they've been dominant so many times in London derbies. They're on the attack once again here. Gabriel
Absolutely
Jesus.
dreadful.
I've had to
Line
ditch
forward.
the headset, by the way, because it wasn't working properly.
Technical changes, we've all made them, mate. We've all made them.
You still hear me all right, though, can't you?
Yeah, all fine.
Yep.
All right, cool. Lovely.
Martinelli looks like he's struggling a little bit. Does give the thumbs up. I'm not sure whether that was a classic. I'm okay, I'm not all right. Yeah, I think Leicester showed a bit of fight yesterday, just coming back to it. I mean, De Bruyne, 100 assists now for Manchester City. If you actually work out the maths, when we were talking about it on last week's live stream about De Bruyne getting 100 assists, he got 99 for Man City and only one for Chelsea. So just shows that his Chelsea.
Oh, fuck's sake!
Guys, stop reacting to it before we see it, bro.
It looks weird seeing Tierney in the Zinchenko role. Kind of playing DM.
Seems to be fitting in very well.
Yeah.
And judging by Gary's reaction, I think Arsenal might have doubled their lead.
Just sack the man. Just sack him.
What a finish that was. Martin Odegaard, the man of the season. Captain fantastic.
Can I just say, how are you supposed to defend players like Martinelli at the minute?
It's absolutely shocking from the Hammers. And it looks like the good. Instead of the hammer, I think West Ham might have the nail at the moment. And Arsenal are hammering them down this league table. Martinelli with the outside of the foot cross. I'm always critical of defenders allowing that happen. It comes back out to Martinelli. Again, no awareness of the fullbacks on that side.
He was never going to miss that, was he?
Never. He's captain fantastic at the moment, and he might be leading Arsenal to this Premier League title. And with goals like that and contributions like that, he's done that all season. Gary says, sack the man. I think he's talking for every single West Ham fan at the moment.
Goes without saying, when he said he's leading Arsenal to the league. Dare to dream. That's what it's all about.
Man City scored 2 early goals yesterday. Arsenal saying we can do it as well. West Ham doesn't even look like they're having signs of scoring, Gaz.
It's looking absolutely poor. Just, I don't know. I don't trust Kera, as you already know. I don't think he should be playing, and I think we just need to get rid of Moyes.
Will you get rid of him before the end of the season, though?
Well, with the performance we've just had in the last 11 minutes, probably yes.
Coming ahead again here. Oh, and looking at that was a good
What
slide
would
tackle
need-
by Zuma.
What would need to
Vital.
be put into place
Vital.
is who would you get instead of Moyes?
To be honest, I don't know. I actually really do not know.
And that's why I don't think you can sack him. Generally. I don't think
That's
you can
what
sack him at this moment in time.
What managers are there that West Ham would go out and get?
We obviously want a world-class manager, but you can't have the likes of Mourinho or anyone like that.
Benitez.
Yeah, Benitez would be a shout.
Scott Parker's out of a job.
Yeah, ex-West Ham as well.
I wouldn't go for Scott Parker. I wouldn't go. Good, I like him as a great personality. Obviously, knows the culture of the club. I just think, as Gary said, everybody wants a world-class manager, but Benitez, with him going to Everton, you saw signs of him potentially going, playing, managing them types of teams.
Yeah.
So I do think that potentially Benitez might be the best one. But I mean, it's the chopping block, isn't it? It was a draw in midweek for West Ham in the Conference League.
Called that, by the way.
You did call it very good, yeah. Well, check out the Euro predictions. Their clip is now available live, as all clips are now available live from this week's live stream. We'll be back on Tuesday for another weekly Footy Fan Zone live stream. But obviously, this is the live watch along between Arsenal and West Ham. Here, Arsenal by 2-0.
I may regret suggesting us doing the watch along. I may regret it.
A long afternoon.
No way back now, mate.
Martinelli leaves it for Kieran Tierney. Gives the ball away to Bowen. And a good defending from Odegaard. Stops Bowen, and Gary saying that Bowen and Paqueta might be the best attacking opportunity. Gary showing positive signs there from the England right winger.
Yeah, the English right winger obviously showing positive signs last season when he was just scoring for fun. And obviously he's been a bit off it this season, but he still has got goals, and it's what we need at the moment.
I mean, this might be a difficult question to answer, especially with the way this game is going. But if you do go down, and I still am massively persistent that West Ham are not going to go down. Elliot might say different following this game, but would you say that where would you like to see players like Bowen, like Rice? I know a lot of people say about that. Where would you potentially like to see them go?
I'll say Rice will be going Arsenal. Bowen, I don't really know. Do you know what? I think Bowen would fit in a Newcastle.
That's not a bad shout, though. It's whether he can play Champions League football. Obviously, that took a bit of a dive yesterday, that 3-0 defeat to Aston Villa. The Ollie Watkins show, massively on fine form he is.
Can I just add to that about Villa?
Go on.
Since Unai Emery came in, only Arsenal and Man City have got more points than Villa.
He's got the best point. He's had the best points. He's got the most points out of anybody recently. Unai Emery, incredible.
What, he wasn't bad at Arsenal, but I think it was just wrong club, wrong time. I do think he's a very good manager.
It was the expectation of him, obviously, after Wenger's time.
Yeah,
You've seen that. And also, I think what's really interested about this is that you look at managers like Wenger and Ferguson, who's been there for a long time.
It's hard to
Arsenal probably,
rebuild after that.
Arsenal are probably just now getting back to that sort of level where they're happy with a manager, they're happy with a set of players,
Yeah,
and
and that's taken what 5 years?
5 years. But you
Before
look at somebody
5,
like
6
Man
years, we're at
United.
Champions League.
Yeah. Man United have not won the league now, and it doesn't look like they're going to win the league unless something crazy happens, but I don't think it's even possible now. Decade without a title, and you ask a lot of Man United fans, and they're still saying, Ten Hag could be the guy. The fact that they're
I
making
reckon he will
comparison
be.
is ridiculous.
Ten Hag will take him right up there. If they give him time like we did with Arteta, because think how many times people wanted his job on the chopping block. They wanted him out crazy amount of times, but we stuck with him, and look what we're doing now. Flying top of the league.
I think it's different. I think it's different clubs, different expectations. I think Man United expected a tight, some sort of silverware every season. Arsenal, I think, do appreciate the more of the restructure. Maybe because it's, the competition of London, that competition of obviously, Wenger for the last period of times going through, not winning, league titles. Last season of his, tenure at Man United, Ferguson won the league. So it was almost sort of a sudden shock where I do think Arsenal have took that time, but they're in the driving seat at the moment. Next a week on Wednesday sees Arsenal take on Manchester City in the title decider, and I do think that might be an opportunity for us to do yet another live stream where Gary Camille's happy with the two teams he's watching.
I'd like to be the neutral. Same with you, Kieran.
No, I'll be cheering on Arsenal. I'll be cheering on Arsenal.
You was with me the last time Arsenal played City. That was eventful, wasn't it?
It was eventful, especially with the location we watched the game.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, you could say that.
We'll have a little bit more professional circumstances.
Oh, I don't know if obviously you guys won't have seen this yet, but there is a West Ham free kick on the edge of the area.
Antonio driving forward. Just seen it. Rob Holding
can't get caught out. That's the thing. If you knock it round him, he ain't quick enough to get to you.
And that's where I think Antonio's used his pace there, to be honest.
Yeah. And he's not a big bloke, is he? He ain't got the strength what Antonio has either. I think against a player like Antonio, we wouldn't have needed Saliba, but it'd be nice to have him in there.
Just on the penalty box, the 18-yard box here.
Why has Rice shot that?
He's making sure Arsenal play Champions League next year, mate. He wants to play Champions League.
Ball back in. Headed away. Oh, lovely turn from Gabriel Jesus there. Fantastic, getting out of danger. We saw the no-look pass at Anfield last weekend. And once again, cool under pressure, the Brazilian there. I'm sure he's been in a little bit more pressured situations that in his life.
To be honest, it's just looking like West Ham don't even want to press.
It's a poor start. It's a poor start for West Ham United, you got to say. Arsenal have come here, got them 2 early goals, dominant in terms of possession. And West Ham have, Antonio showing bright sparks against Rob Holding. Obviously that's where they've got to look at that weakness. But it's might go the same way that the Leicester game did, where you probably feel West Ham going into the game later on. But I mean, you look at how the Newcastle game went. The stadium was practically empty, and I'm not I'm not saying that I don't agree with a lot of them West Ham fans, but you look at that and West Ham fans do feel like they're giving up on this season, and it looks like the players included.
Yeah, I think the players have just gave up on Moyes as well. I think it's Moyes' tactics is just everyone's knowing how we play now, and it's abysmal. That's all I can say.
It reminds me very much of the Chelsea situation. Lampard, you could tell that the players were giving up on Lampard, and that's the players' power at a club. If you don't like a manager, they can't even get out of their own box here, West Ham. Fabianski.
They make it well known that their time's up.
You can't even get it out of our way about time.
Partey driving forward, passes it into Odegaard. Lovely skill here, and Saka was very, very unlucky not to release Jesus.
Wait, Kieran, you're watching on Sky Go, aren't you?
Yeah.
How comes at different times?
Go back in and back out of it again. It might catch up.
Yeah, that's what I've tried. Doesn't it?
And that's the side that West Ham fans do not want to see. Jared Bowen now on the deck. Partey just catching the back of his foot. He is up, but it's a painful one. We've all experienced it. And West Ham have a free kick.
Well done, Kufal.
This is the issue here. I mean, I'm not. This is the issue. You've got a free kick. Zuma has kicked it left, right, and it's ended up back at the back of the goalkeeper. Here come Arsenal again. Martinelli puts it back to Odegaard, who takes the shot. It took a deflection, and it was offside on Gabriel Jesus. But again, what I was saying was, you have a free kick here, and it went back to the goalkeeper, Gaz. I mean, you've got to be thinking that's an opportunity now to push the ball forward, and attack that. Arsenal squad, obviously they're going to sit back and defend really well. But, why are you passing it sideways and backwards? It's just poor. It's poor decision making.
Yes, poor decision making. Arsenal goal kick here, which looks a bit a West Ham corner, to be truthfully honest. But, yeah, it's just passing it side to side. It ain't going to get you anywhere. It's passing it forward and getting them killer balls through.
Granit Xhaka clapping the decision. Do
you see what I mean by the decision, though? It looks more like a West Ham corner than an Arsenal goal kick.
It wasn't. Yeah. I will admit. Obviously, Granit Xhaka bust up with Trent Alexander-Arnold last week. Let's see who he decides to pick on this week.
To be fair, he's done quite well this season in terms of not going for people.
And not being sent off.
Yeah.
Do you think that's Arteta's influence?
Yeah. His player management it's like top, high end. Like you see all the interviews with people, everyone's happy, everyone wants to play for him. And I don't know if you've watched that documentary on Amazon Prime.
I haven't. No, I will get around to watching it. Yeah.
You can see in that how Arteta really, like, from his team, he wants discipline, and the turn that Xhaka's had, it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
He's never
obviously. And the culture of the club as well is a big thing, and obviously the camaraderie, the togetherness. Arsenal fans, did massively give up, and they are obviously massive on social media. Their fans and their criticism and stuff like that. It must be a massive shining light. The fact that it's been a massive turnover, and the turnover which not a lot of people expected as well. A lot of people were critical of Arsenal, what they're going to be doing this season, where they're going to finish. People even put them just for top four, that battle for top four once again. Obviously missed out last season to Spurs, and they were unlucky to do that as well. So a lot of people were saying, well, it's not overachieving for Arsenal. It is in the grand scheme of things. A lot of Arsenal fans weren't looking forward to this season. And look at this, flying high and, battling with
Arteta,
Manchester
since he's
City.
come in, he had I think it was a 5-year plan, 5-6-year plan. And we're 2 or 3 years ahead of the plan. Like,
Crazy.
this season was supposed to be all about qualifying for Champions League. Whereas we're 2 or 3 seasons ahead of where we wanted to be.
Well, I also do think that is also shows it not being overachieving. I mean, Liverpool's massively underachieved this season, and a lot of people probably in that 5-year plan think it's going to be Man City, it's going to be Liverpool, Chelsea with the amount of money they spend, Man United with the manager they brought in, and at the time, Ronaldo was there, and so you massively put them up there. So yeah, probably would be, but that also shows it's not overachieving. It's
thing is with Arsenal as well. We don't spend big. We spend smartly.
Smartly for them, I would say. You look at something like Ramsdale. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I'll ask you. I mean, will a lot of people think like, well, hang on a minute, like, why are we buying him for?
Yeah, when we first got him, I must admit, I was very critical of Ramsdale when we bought him. So obviously he was just relegated and stuff like that. But I think it was 20 million plus add-ons, something around that. But now he's got to be worth at least double that.
West Ham throwing. I'm pretty sure, wasn't it like Ramsdale? Every club he's played for, he's got relegated with.
Yeah. Before we bought him, he was relegated at every single club.
That's shocking.
So it's just a bit weird to buy him for about 24 million, wasn't it?
Yep.
But ended up to be a good bit of business. And you obviously got Martinelli was 6 million from the 4th tier of Brazilian football.
It's stupid. It's physically just abysmal. West Ham.
It seems to be no fight. Like, you look at the energy levels between the two teams.
Yeah.
Like, considering West Ham aren't safe, they should be up for this. London derby as well.
It's just watching West Ham nowadays. It's like the last 2 seasons flying high in, like, obviously Europe and getting Europa League for the first time, I think, like 40 odd years, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely just like we've gone back to the West Ham everyone knows.
Yeah. It's like you had your moment of success and now you're back to being just West Ham.
Yep. I think as well, though, like losing Martin Noble way up, Declan Rice has won it back. Penalty!
Guys, stop reacting. We haven't seen it yet.
I can't help it.
Yeah, you can. Stop. How far behind are we with this? This is...
I don't know.
We might have to tell Gary to go to our times.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
That's poor from Pie. That's a bad challenge.
It's Gabrielle, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's poor.
Do you know
Watch
what?
watch us not get a penalty.
I'm not gonna go against it, but Etta did make a bit of a meal out of it. Like, see this again. I'm not sure.
I don't
He's
know.
clumsy. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yep,
That's what I want
penalty
to
is
do.
confirmed.
Either way.
Come on, Ben Rama.
Xhaka leading the line of protest. Odegaard nowhere to be seen. I like that.
He's a quiet guy, isn't he?
I think he's focusing more on his goalkeeper then.
Odegaard lets his football do the talking, doesn't he?
So it's Ben Rama, guys, that's taken this penalty. In terms of a percentage, what would you say is the chances of this going in?
Fucking God knows, mate. Sorry for the language.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Right,
sorry for that. Absolute God knows.
Well, it's
But
in. One
We're
back.
back in it now. Come on, boys.
One back in for the Hammers. 2-1. The most unsecure scoreline in football. And Ben Rama's made it happen. Sending Ramsdale the wrong way. That's a textbook penalty. And Arsenal, who were 2-0 up against Liverpool last week, find themselves once again at 2-1. And West Ham now have an opportunity. You know, teams around them losing over this last weekend. Could West Ham be joining them, or could they take yet more points away from Mikel Arteta's Arsenal? The score now is West Ham 1, Arsenal 2.
To be honest, I'd take a draw here. I'm not expecting a win, but I would take a draw.
Wow, you well done for being not an overachiever.
Oh, way up.
Kufal a bit unsure as to what his decision is there. As Arsenal win a throw in here on West Ham's right-hand side. I mean, just a quick thing. I mean, that stadium, vitally impressive. Me and Gary having a lovely day out in London when we went to go and see that. That was a great experience.
It was, to be fair. It was a very, very great experience.
We've just turned to sloppy.
Yellow card here for Thomas Partey, who has been
Put it in the box.
Well, he's had a few close calls, the Arsenal midfielder, and that's the one that's caused him for a yellow card.
Kieran, I've got a question here for you, mate.
Go on.
How good has Partey been since, well, for this season when he's been fully fit? How influential has he been to this Arsenal team?
I think all the midfield has. I don't think you can particularly pick out specific one and say that they're driving and carrying that midfield. But Partey's definitely come into that, been massively instrumental. He was fantastic at Atletico Madrid. Obviously, was showing real warning signs of him constantly being injured. Good ball in from Kufal and tipped over the bar by Aaron Ramsdale and Mikel Antonio. Being very, very close there, using his sheer size. I think he would have gone in. It would have definitely gone to a VAR call. Feels like everything goes to that these days. But Ramsdale was not convinced that was going to go all the way over the bar. But a good chance, Gaz, from West Ham. I will go back to your question, Elliot, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good chance, and obviously it just lit a fire in us now, apparently, and we're always on the attack.
Rice has made just a weird look to the camera. I'm not sure what he's doing there. He probably thinks he's in a cycling GK video. West Ham seems to be fighting a little bit. Souček's still on the floor. You might want to get up maybe before the corner comes back in.
When he's take control of this game again.
But yeah, no, Partey's been fantastic. I do, I do think, and Liverpool, is. I can only speak for Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool's midfield is our weakest. It's always been our weakest under Klopp. Ramsdale comes out, does enough though, cleared away. West Ham still keeping players forward. Cresswell's got to put this ball in, and he has done, not even beat the first man. And
Saka's not really had much of the ball this game, has he?
Saka was quiet getting Liverpool as well. Back in here, Saka forced to do some defending, and he's won the throw-in for his team. So maybe Elliot making that comment has now lit a fire under him, potentially. So yeah, no, I think that midfield's been quality. Obviously, Liverpool's midfield has been really, really poor this season, and it just shows the importance of a strong midfield. Man City have always had a strong midfield. So, as well as now, obviously Arsenal's got one. Man United, have always said we need a strong midfield. It really just showed that when you've got a strong midfield like that, is massively instrumental to your team. So 37 minutes on my clock. We keep making that joke, the fact that we've all had different times, but West Ham 1, Arsenal 2. Obviously, the West Ham getting a goal in that first half, putting massive promise onto the second half. Arsenal, as Elliot said, has got to regain control of the game. Obviously, the usual guys. Obviously, we do these. This is our first ever live watch along. A new channel over here on YouTube. Obviously, we did our first live show that we do every single Tuesday, which you can now check out right now if you want to watch the full thing or listen to the full thing, or if you just want to listen to a specific section. All clips and all segments from the show are now available to watch on the YouTube channel. As well, we've also got some live watch-alongs. We've got some other special and projects that we are all looking forward to doing in the next few weeks. So if you do like the content, please go and subscribe so you don't miss any of the uploads. Shot here from Lucas Buchetta, just showing wide, but West Ham definitely being the better of the two sides of the last 5-10 minutes. But yeah, I think, obviously, guys, if you want to subscribe, please hit subscribe, and obviously do give a like to this live stream and other clips as well if you do enjoy the content. And if you are a football fan who would like to come on and share your opinion, please do go and comment in the section below. And we'll also set up official social media, so you can also privately message over there as well. And either you could have a guest appearance on the show, or you could just drop in and share your thoughts about the club, about not only your team but also other situations involving football. So we'll get that sorted for you and create a little bit of a community over here for the football fan side. I need a drink after that full sentence. There we go. Here come Arsenal. Strong ball here. Saka down the line. It puts it back. Martinelli. Odegaard. Martinelli gets in the way of a pass for Tierney that breaks away for Bowen. And another strong defence. And guys, we were applauding Jared Bowen at the beginning of the game for good reason. And Bowen's not really had that opportunity to go against due to really strong defending from both Martinelli and Tierney.
Yeah, it's really strong defending, and obviously Bowen's not had that space where he normally does, where he can get in between players and dribble through, and obviously that's why he's not been looking so vital in this match at the moment. But I think the one that's really kind of shone out at the moment is Ben Rama. I think he's been that driving force down that left-hand side and just creating chances at the moment.
Free kick to Arsenal here. And Zuma deciding to do a bit of gymnastics, and then Kufal deciding to be the one to cause the foul. Good football from Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus, playing very, very deep in this game, Elliot. I mean, obviously you've watched more Arsenal than me this season. Is that a big part of Jesus' game where you do think it's massively instrumental? I mean, he is holding that ball up, pretty well and playing, very, very deep as a striker.
Yeah, he kind of plays more like the false nine role.
Yeah.
Because he's good on the ball and he can pick a pass and stuff. Yeah, many times this season he's been dropping into midfield to help out or link the play. But yeah, it's a reoccurring thing.
Tierney putting the ball in. Goes over everybody and finds Antonio. We're talking about deep strikers. Antonio seems to be operating the right back and left back roles at the moment. Saka calls it a foul, though, calls it a West Ham free kick. Let's see whether they actually decide to put the ball forward rather than backwards once again.
He's a right back in the day, wasn't he, Antonio?
Very odd that was. Yeah, right wing back. Maybe.
Notts Forest.
I don't know if you've seen it yet, but that was a great little play by West Ham. Off the free kick.
I'm sure we'll see it. Nobody there to finish it off, and Ramsdale seems to have caused a bit of an issue. To Cresswell, who's still down here.
I remember going to watch him play when he played for Ipswich.
All right.
That was years ago.
It was offside on Cresswell, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
There were quite a few of the Prem players, Ipswich.
Yeah.
Flynn Downs.
Flynn Downs was Swansea.
Before Swansea's Ipswich.
Okay, I'll hold my hands up and apologise then.
You got Tyrone Mings.
Oh, what a player.
I know how highly you rate him, mate.
Great
just
ball,
nearing
Rice.
half time. 3 added minutes still left to play here. Daily slide challenges, and then we have a West Ham corner here. West Ham are not shy of getting a goal from a corner, as is Arsenal. Rolling round the back, mad scramble, and well, the way the decision is a goal kick to Arsenal. So guys, you've got to be pleased with the 2-1 decision, as many West Ham fans retired to go and get their pie and beer, as they usually do. I love the fact that there's like tubs of like Prime just like chilling there. That's very cool. You got to be pleased with a 2-1.
Yeah, I'm pleased with 2-1 at the moment. It's looking up at the moment. And I think, there's West Ham free kick here at the moment, I think. Yeah, obviously I know I'm ahead, so I'm just... But yeah, it's looking up. You never know, we could come out in the second half and grab a second.
Elliot, sort of opinions on the first half, mate, from an Arsenal perspective?
Well, first, 25, half an hour was very good from us. Obviously getting that 2-goal lead. But second half of the first half, if that makes sense, we just haven't... I don't know. We just kind of took our foot off the gas. We kind of just thought, we're 2-0 up, we'll be fine. And then they get a goal back, and we have done nothing. Since they got that goal, West Ham been in full control.
I think it shows a lot. I think it shows a bit of complacency. We saw it a little bit with Manchester City yesterday, where obviously got the lead, coming up against a team that are fighting for relegation. And that is the half-time whistle. Gabriel Jesus opening the goal scoring. That was doubled by their skipper Martin Odegaard, but a horrific challenge from Gabriel in the box against fellow Brazilian Lucas Paqueta saw Ben Rama get one back for the Hammers. Arsenal have still got a big 45 minutes if they are going to extend the gap or drop any more points to Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. At half-time, it is West Ham 1, Arsenal 2.
And we are back for the second half with West Ham just booning up the field after kickoff. And West Ham throwing here, Thomas Partey clearance. Kufal launching his throw in into the Arsenal penalty area. And it's going to be a West Ham corner. Bowen going to put this corner in. It's whipped in. Oh. And Rob Holding making the clearance for another West Ham corner. Like I said, West Ham corner here. It's all whipped in. It's very poor. Benrahma tries a volley outside the area. Fortunately, doesn't work. Rice making a little crucial tackle there that's going to knock it out for an Arsenal throw-in. And we are back in play now. Arsenal throw-in. Cleared by Kurt Zouma. And here comes Antonio. Rob Holding has knocked it straight back into the path of Antonio. And Antonio has made a very dreadful ball. But the Kufal is there. And Xhaka wins the free kick here in Arsenal's half. West Ham have had 7 shots on target since Arsenal's second goal, and Arsenal have had 1 shot on target. Arsenal back on the attack. Arsenal win a free kick in West Ham's half. Odegaard stepping over the free kick here. Good clearance by Rice, and it's down to Saka. It's deflected wide for an Arsenal corner. And this is Arsenal's first corner of the game. It's in the box, and good clearance by West Ham there. And Arsenal have a penalty. And Arsenal have a chance to re-establish the 2-goal lead. It's a debatable decision there, but it looks like it is going to go the way of Arsenal.
Well, I'd like to see this again, actually. I've just seen it in full motion, and it does look like there has been a bit of an arm extended. However, Antonio does seem to have his arm there. So, to me, it's not... I don't think that's a pen. I don't know what he could do with his arm.
Yep, penalty's been given. It shouldn't. I don't really think that should have been a pen. I agree with Kieran, but obviously it's gone the other way.
I think it's the fact that the arm was extended, isn't it? I think there's a certain thing, as in it has to be so close to your body.
I don't know what arm it hit though. I think it's like, I'm going to stand up for this. I feel like it's like that. Whether it's hit that arm or whether it's hit the flailing arm here. I don't know why players.
He's missed the penalty. He's missed it.
Oh my god.
He's missed the penalty.
Saka, who is
Oh,
so prolific, missed only one of his last 6 penalties. Has prevented the chance from Arsenal to go 3 up. And it's
that is a
massively.
shocking penalty. That is.
It is a shocking pen. Odegaard with his shaking in the heads of Elliot there, and yeah, that was the goal. A 2-goal cushion.
We needed to score that.
And Arsenal's not got it.
That
A
is.
lifeline for West Ham, potentially. A lifeline necessary. However, judging the way West Ham have been this season, is the lifeline not going to get focused on here? But it's 2-1, and it's still a massive opportunity for West Ham.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, Kieran, it's a massive opportunity for West Ham to get back in it. And now Gabriel Jesus is down, looking in quite a bit of pain. Oh. And it looks like he's had a studs down the back of the Achilles tendon, which is quite painful, isn't it, Kieran?
It is. Had that once or twice. Yeah, a bit of a late reaction as well for him. Might thought he could carry on, but Jesus protesting his decision they made. But yeah, and always a painful one. But Kufala's got to make sure that he's strong. And
It's 2-0! And it's Jared Bowen!
Wow.
What a goal! What a goal! Arsenal have missed a chance to double the lead. And now it has bottled it. And West Ham have equalised.
well, people saying that Jesus, it was just a bit of a ploy. What a great ball back in. Ramsdale should have done a lot better with that. You can't say that Ramsdale's been there for criticism a lot, but that has got to be one of them. West Ham, the fight back left in them. The results went West Ham's way this weekend. Leicester, Everton, Southampton, all losing.
Now all we can do is hope.
Barely winning against Spurs. Leeds have got Liverpool tomorrow.
and obviously Forest tonight against Man United.
Exactly.
And
Good
Forest
ball in from
being
Crystal. He's been doing the throw-ins all game. Sorry to cut you off there, guys, but he's been doing them all game. Bowen's on. And Ramsdale should have done a lot better there.
and now it's fired Arsenal up again here. Arsenal on the attack.
Elliot, talk to me about the goal, mate, from an Arsenal perspective. You've got to say it's another 2-0 lead that's just immediately fell away from you. Every single time I ask him a question at the wrong time.
So I think a bit maestro. What's the question, sorry?
I mean, another 2-0 lead gone is the best way of putting it. How frustrating is that?
Yeah, obviously we've played so well this season, and I don't know what's happening. Like it happened in the Liverpool game as well, like you said earlier. Is that we just lose control of games, and this is a game Arsenal need to win. If we want to win the league, we've got to be beating teams like West Ham.
I mean, I'm not just saying this, but do you think it could be down to the pressure? No, Man City are very close behind you.
Yeah, like Pep said a few weeks ago, it's easier being the hunter than the hunted. So
And-
if you're top of the league, it's all pressure's on you. You can't really drop any points, can you?
No, Jesus went down again there, but he seemed to get straight back up.
It's not looking good. But yeah, it's the game we need to win.
I think there might have to be a bit of a
West Ham are all over again. Oh, it's put across. No one there for after Bone putting it back across. But West Ham are looking on fire right now.
Well, there's a bit of an interesting commentary there once again in the game that we're watching. You know, a lot of people, especially Arsenal fans, were not surprised with getting a point at Anfield. It's not an easy place to go. But like I said, if you're hunting for the league, you've got to be beating teams like West Ham, and you know, for 2-2 here, you know, dominating performance from West Ham in this second half, and in that last 10-15 minutes of the first half, you know, so important. You know, Arsenal need to pick up these wins. And, you know, Pep Guardiola, just to comment on what Pep Guardiola said, yeah, they have been there. You know, Liverpool, you know, hunted them down, and it made Manchester City play better. You know, as soon as, you know, the season where we got 99 points, Manchester City were winning games. As soon as Liverpool were drawing games, we were winning games. They were winning games, and it's massively important that in a title race, you've seen it with Man United and Chelsea, you know, Man United and Arsenal, you know, early 2000s, you know, late 90s, you know, they are important that you've got to match the results. And for 2 straight weekends now, Arsenal have not managed to do that. And you know, we said on the last week's show, the first episode, that draw opened up the title, and again, results like this could potentially open these results.
Yeah, obviously, I think as well, we're like, this could be the game that could give City the title if Arsenal don't do something about it. Obviously, yes, they've still got to play Man City, but this, like Elliot said, and I said earlier, I said I wasn't confident because the way we've been playing, but now sat watching us playing the way we are, we're literally all over Arsenal at the moment, and I'm a bit more confident that we could probably grab a winner, but I'm still not fully confident that we're getting the old West Ham back where it was the last 2 seasons.
Well, I mean, let's give Arsenal some credit. I mean, you see, you know, this is still a draw. They're not losing. You know, they're not. You know, it's, you know, Arsenal have still got the momentum back into this game. They've still got the quality, you know, of play. So for me, it's, you know, there is still a long way to go. Arsenal could still potentially grab this. You saw what they did against Bournemouth. You saw what
We've
they
been
got.
here before, though, haven't we, this season? Like you
Yeah,
said,
Bournemouth, Villa. they are performances which Arsenal, are dominant in that last 10, 15 minutes, and
They're
will.
title-winning performances.
They are title-winning performances, but at the moment they're not doing that. They didn't do that in the second half against Liverpool last week. I thought they were lucky
Not at all.
I thought they were lucky to get a draw from that game. Personally, I thought Liverpool, had some really great chances, and if it wasn't for Ramsdale, that could have been it. Bowen on an exciting run there. Good challenge though.
Yeah, to be honest, like Elliot said, I think the first half Arsenal should have had it done there and then. I think it should have been 3-0. But obviously they let us back into it, and now they could be not reaping the benefits. Obviously, Arsenal having Odegaard on the ball, West Ham just sitting back trying to keep that draw. It's gone out by a poor pass by Odegaard for a West Ham throw-in the West Ham half.
Substitutions need to be made for Arsenal, in my opinion. You look at Jesus probably struggling a little bit. Yeah, you've got Nketiah on the bench that potentially do something. It really is important for Arsenal to make them decisions and make good decisions. Otherwise, this is going to be a long half an hour with West Ham piling on the pressure.
We need Trossard on.
Trossard again, another
Trossard
one.
up top. That's what I'd do.
And looks like a big whack up there by Rice. Tierney and Gabriel getting a bit confused. And Bowen trying to fight with Gabriel and manages to knock it out for an Arsenal throw-in Arsenal's half. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys about how much I made back on my bet for the Ghent game, did I?
No.
Do you want to know?
0.
58p.
58p. Did you cash out then?
Yeah.
All right.
Because to be honest, the performance we didn't deserve a 1-1 draw. To be honest, Ghent should have beat us.
An extra pack of chewies then at the local shop then for you guys. Went very good. You got to look at the positives, mate. Look at the positives.
Look at the positives. We're going to the London Stadium, a 1-1 draw.
Did you see the Celtic score earlier, by the way?
No.
4-1, wasn't it?
4-1, put us on 12 points clear at the top.
They've been dominant. I watched the Old Firm derby the other week, and Rangers are just, Rangers did not have anything. Like Celtic was so strong, but it's always that battle them too. I think is it Hearts are third in the league or something? But it's like so. Oh, well done, you're third, and then you look at the point difference and you're like, yeah, that's not really a positive thing.
The thing is, since Postecoglou's come in for Celtic, he's destroyed that league. Been linked with West Ham actually recently.
I've got a question for you then. So, if the Scottish League was going to get linked, obviously as they do with Wales, don't they, with Swansea and Cardiff?
Yeah.
If Scotland came in to our Premier League and stuff like that, where would Celtic and Rangers finish?
What, in the Prem?
Yeah.
Bottom.
I think they finished mid-table.
Yeah, I'd agree with mid-table.
I think they're championship quality.
All the rest of them could go Championship, League 1, League 2. I think it'd be interesting. When it happens, I'll be so surprised.
Arsenal must having a chance there.
Because if they do that, then Scottish League it'll die just like the Welsh League did. They won't do that. They want to keep them teams in there.
Obviously, massive congratulations to Burnley, who are promoted to the Premier League for this season. Nobody else has been confirmed for promotion.
been looking to move away, any company.
Fantastic. He's been fantastic for them, and it's great to see Burnley back though, because I've always Burnley's always been a great team, and I can't wait to see Mark Goldbridge's rage compilations involving Burnley next FIFA.
Ah,
Antonio running down the left-hand side here. And it's going to be a West Ham throw. Right next to the corner
It's got to be
flag.
tense moments as an Arsenal fan at the moment. I mean, it's obviously Arsenal have that potential to, nick a goal, but at the moment it seems very much like West Ham do look, the stronger of the two sides, and West Ham have got to be, loving, this opportunity at the end of the day.
So they are bringing off, I think it's Thomas Partey for Jorginho. Oh no. Wait, yeah, Thomas Partey for Jorginho and Trossard for Jesus.
I can back them.
Elliot was on the phone to Arteta a couple of minutes ago and told him to make those changes.
Yeah.
Elliot, the secret manager of Arsenal. Arteta's just a fill-in.
Exactly. I don't want to be known to the public.
Welcome everybody to this live show where his camera is on and he's revealing this.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can we just clear up that is not true? We'll just clear that is not true. Arteta is the official manager of Arsenal.
Gary's thinking of all the potential lawsuits that we might be able to experience if we.
Yeah.
Positive subs though, like obviously we mentioned about Jesus struggling, Partey on a yellow card. Later on in the game could it potentially, be a worry. If the result is, stays the same. But Jorginho, that's why he's been brought to come into that midfield and have our Arsenal fan not worry.
But then would you still?
I'll be honest. Like that. Sometimes when Liverpool make substitutions, you do look at them and go, "Oh God!" Like because the strongest Liverpool team is the starting lineup in most cases. So having depth is massively important. You guys say the same as well, guys.
Yeah, obviously the West Ham lineup that we put out week in, week out is the strongest we probably could have. I mean, probably, to be honest with this one, I'd rather have Ogbonna in there than Kara. But obviously that's what Moyes chose. And I think looking at some subs they make are a bit questionable. But obviously he's not made any subs up to now, and obviously we've come back already. So who's to say a sub can't make a difference?
I think a 4-4-2 could potentially be, could potentially work though. I mean, potentially take off Souček and potentially bring on Danny Ings if he's available. That 4-4-2 could potentially really work. Benrahma and Bowen dominating down the wings. You've still got an attacking opportunity in that midfield with Paqueta. And then obviously Ings and Antonio up front, two very different players, but definitely strong. But at the end of the day, it's fantastic for a fan to watch your team and look at substitutions and not go, "Oh, for God's sake, here we go." And that and also shows versatility as well, especially in formations. And you can't go wrong with a 4-4-2.
Yeah, obviously 4-4-2, one of the most well-known formations in football. Typical British way of playing, I'd say.
Sean Dyche.
Yes. West Ham, the top example of British football.
No, I just meant the formation in general. Like most teams you see do play 4-4-2. Saka's been pretty quiet this game.
He was quiet last game.
I'd take him off, I think. I'd take him off, bring on Reece Nelson on the wing.
Match winner for
Exactly. Against Bournemouth.
I think that was more of a pass from Saka there, but hey ho. Can't make all passes correct. Cresswell down again.
said that with a hint of sarcasm.
To be honest, if I was going to make any subs for West Ham, I'd probably say Cresswell off for Emerson. I think Emerson's a lot more younger. He's a lot more quicker. He can defend better, and he's got more energy than Cresswell. And probably Kara for Ogbonna, I'd say, just because Kara's a very, very liability, and all it takes is one poor defending show from West Ham, and Arsenal will take advantage of that.
No attacking subs, no attacking substitutions.
Well, maybe Danny Ings for Antonio, or maybe even bring on Fornals for Paqueta, and then move Ben Rama into more of the central attacking role.
Why does Ten Hag look like he's auditioning for Peaky Blinders? What the hell is that hat?
Do you know who he reminds me of?
Just to run through the Forest team: Navas in goal, McKenna, Felipe, and Nicarte. Then we've got Williams, Frula, Danilo, and Lodi in the midfield. Gibbs White playing in the hole with Johnson and Aweni in attack. Manchester United, De Gea in goal. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, and Dallo. Obviously, Martinez injured as well. He provided an update on Instagram if you care to know. Casemiro, Fernandez playing as a holding. Surprised Fernandez has been dropped so deep. Anthony Sabitzer and Sancho across the three. Martial is up front. I'm guessing Sabitzer and Bruno will swap over. Sabitzer being the holding player. I wouldn't be very surprised if Bruno plays that deep. But sorry, guys. Sorry to cut you off there, mate.
So, yeah. Do you know who it reminds me of in that little clip I just seen there? You know the assistant manager in Ted Lasso?
Oh, Coach Beard.
Yeah.
Elliot hates that show through FIFA Association, by the way. That's the only show that I've made Gary watch, and I recommended it to him, and that's the only show he watches now.
Yeah. I'll be truthfully honest, it is.
All these great shows and movies that you could potentially watch, and that is what he relies on.
And I'm just watching Ted Lasso.
West Ham are sitting so deep.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. We're starting to sit a lot more deeper.
Not playing for a draw?
To be honest, I think we are. And then trying to hit them on the counter-attack. Because I think I've noticed one thing with Arsenal is they do sit quite high when they're attacking.
I'm just sorry. I'm just noticing Gabriel is better, and then arguing with the linesman, and then he's obviously very annoyed with him, and all the linesman's got is I'm brilliant. Right.
Gabriel's not been on it today.
Would you say any of the back four have?
No. I mean, best out of the back four, Kieran Tierney, I'd say. He's been all right. But everyone else has been a bit poor.
Up the Kierans.
We need subs.
I think West Ham are showing signs of needing them as well.
Nelson for Saka. Smith Rowe for Shaka.
Are you doing a rap? Or are you actually...
Well, it might as well be, mate. Would have been worse if we still had Lacquer.
Very good. Very good. That was quick as well.
We need a goal.
Where's Nate the Great? Gals, another Ted Lasso reference if you care to know.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yes.
But I think we need him more in charge than fucking Moyes.
I think they're second in Ted Lasso, actually. Yeah, I think they're second.
I'd take second.
Yes,
to
of course.
where we are now.
Well, it's really weird though, because like when I watch that show, sorry, a bit of a side reference, but like when they're when they show like the league table, and all you see is like West Ham second, Manchester City first. And I'm like, oh, they do pay attention. Like Man City are good in TV terms and in real life. Moyes.
And Trossard having it on the left-hand side, right-hand side, sorry, and Declan Rice winning a West Ham throw-in.
We're getting nowhere. Can I just add, by the way, we've scored 11 goals this season after the 76th minute.
Oh, right, thank you.
I was going to bring that up, but then we just got into another conversation, so I was like, oh, I'll leave it.
Somebody had to bring it up.
Was that me? Probably me trying to take away the focus of the stream here.
To be fair, there's not much going on, so we could probably just chat about anything.
Yeah.
Sullen silence, very good.
Bowen's through. Can he get past him? He shoots, and it's blocked for a West Ham corner by Kieran Tierney, but he looks like he may have hurt himself in the process. What an absolute brilliant block. Obviously, once you guys see it, you'll know what I mean by a brilliant block.
Yeah, massively extended there. It was very, very necessary. I think Ramsdale could have potentially got it, but yeah, it's one of them where Bowen has apart from the goal, has been quite quiet, and Tierney with a necessary block there.
Great tackle, so check there. Benrahma whipping it back in the box. It's in there. Oh, there's been a clash. Oh, there's a flag gone up though for offside. Wouldn't it be 4 points between City and Arsenal?
Yeah.
As it stands?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not really great. They've still got to play. They've still got to play each other, and Man City with that game in hand as well against Brighton. You'd like to think that they would beat Brighton in that game as well. So, it's not really the best once again. From Arsenal, business end of the season, and 2 draws looking like off the bounce. I know we've still got a long way to go.
We definitely need Saliba back. Holding's just not it. He's all right when you bring him on last 5-10 minutes in the back five, but not playing all game.
West Ham going back to that sitting deep role again.
We ain't gonna get anything out of this, don't think. So poor.
Well, look, Trossard plays it through and it's straight into the path of Fabianski's feet.
He was at Arsenal for quite a while, wasn't he, Fabianski?
Yes, he was. Then he
Yeah,
went
most of
to
his
Swansea, was it?
Yeah.
And then obviously we bought him off Swansea.
He's ancient now, isn't he? He's like 36.
Right, Kieran, what was the age? Because we were sat talking about this Friday night, weren't we?
We were, but then it's like completely gone. I think it is 36. I think Kenny is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing a game where we had to like guess footballers' ages, and you know, Gary was all right. He started off all right, and then he got to the point where I think he was getting a bit bored. So every single age he was giving, I said, "Why didn't you just add one to it?" And then he said, "Okay, I'll do that." And then he guessed one with that using that rule, and they got it wrong, which I thought was quite funny. What Friday nights we have, honestly. We do go out. We do go out.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Never the time for Gary, you know.
No, because I'm a busy man, thank you very much. Sorting stuff out.
All right, let's not.
Holding is terrible. Don't think he's selling many shirts this year.
How is he getting out-muscled by Rob Holding? Sorry, how is he getting out-muscled by Ben Rama there? Like half his size.
Just Rob Holding, mate.
Also,
Curious
many fans
how
are-
many games he's actually played for us.
While you do that, can I just say, any fans that are watching right now, if you have a film poster or a film poster that you think will look cool to complete my film wall, there's one gap, and I'm still looking to try and find it. I was going to go for Cocaine Bear, which is a real film, but I don't think that was massively appreciated by certain people. The fact that I'm a bear taking cocaine on the wall. Are we allowed to talk about that, Gaz, or am I overstepping the mark here?
No, to be fair, I think we should be all right.
Jolly good. I say I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. It's
No, even talking about it can be quite strict.
It's about a movie. It's
Yeah, I think we should be all right with that.
Thank God for that. Right, I'm going to stop talking and find out how many games Rob Holding's played this season. Go on.
There you go. Right. Kieran, how many games do you think he's played?
Okay, I'm going to go 8.
I mean, since he's joined Arsenal.
Oh, since Jordan Arsenal. 4.
Not just started, just in general.
42.
Gary, what are you saying?
Probably 22.
Rob Holding's played 158 games for Arsenal.
Oh, I was closest.
Got him from Bolton in July 2016. 2 million.
That reminds me of like Phil Jones when Man United still have him, and they brought him from Blackburn. Like,
Yeah.
Arsenal to make another change here. And Tierney to come off.
pink boots, and bloody
It's always the
boots.
pink boots. And Martinelli's been taken off
It's not really surprising.
for Reece Nelson.
Done it against Bournemouth.
And Fabio Vieira's come on for Tierney.
The best defender, 2-2, and he's gone down. Brilliant.
Well, it's obviously going to a back three in it with Ben White tucking in.
Brilliant. Tierney just ran off. Nobody wanted to high five him. Brilliant.
Bit unfortunate. Even though he has put in a shift today, to be fair to him.
Fabio Vieira is thin, isn't he?
He is. That's why Arteta likes him, though.
Okay.
Shocking ball by Benrahma there.
You know what I mean, Kieran. You know what
I
I
know what
mean.
you mean. I know what you mean.
He's made it sound a bit weird.
I did not. I just said okay. I didn't really know what to say to that. This might get demonetized, can I just say?
I don't think it will.
I'm surprised Saka stayed on, to be honest. Have we got one more sub?
Yes, you do have one more sub.
Yeah.
And West Ham currently sit with 5 subs left in the 85th minute.
That's why he's not making changes. It's questionable again for his decision making, boys.
I think there might be a West Ham sub
Oh,
coming now. I think
that was the most exciting.
he's
thing
bringing
that's
on Flynn Downs
Oh, former Ipswich.
for Lucas Paqueta, which I don't see why, and Antonio for Maxwell
Ings?
Cornet.
Oh, for God's sake.
I think a bit of pace in that back line. That's what I think he's trying to do.
If you want any Women's FA Cup news,
Not really.
Jeez, Kieran.
I'll continue with that.
Brilliant. Go on.
FA Cup semi-final, Chelsea are 1-0 up against Aston Villa.
Ah. We know somebody that's played for Aston Villa, women's team, me and Gary.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Gary really liked her.
Is it who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Or is it?
Yes.
Oh. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. I'm taking the ring.
I was like in my head, I was like, who is he on about? And then I clicked on.
That's what Gary does a lot of the time. He could.
She played for Leicester as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
And now she's with someone else.
Yeah. Moves around a lot.
Yeah. Imagine going from Villa to Leicester.
Birmingham
to Leicester.
Birmingham to Leicester. There he is, Thomas Tuchel, the Terminator. I think he's a good player. I don't think Gary really doesn't. When we went on this West Ham tour, I said, "Oh, obviously you go to the dressing room with all the shirts, and obviously we had the Bobby Moore shirt and Mark Noble and Rice. So obviously they were the main ones people sat around with." And I said to Gary, I was like, "Which one? Who else do you want to sort of, take a picture?" And I think it was Cresswell and Bowen, and we're just making our way around. And all I did was I said, "Gary Souček," and he said it in the loudest possible voice in the dressing room, turned around and went, "No, I don't really like Souček anymore." And then just walked out. I thought, brilliant, okay. At least
I think he's an alright player, Souček.
I think he's the Terminator. He just chucks himself into anything.
Do you remember that interview that he had where
I like potato salad.
Yeah.
What accent was that? Yeah, I remember the interview, but not from the accent. Bloody hell.
89th minute here. Still at 2-2.
Didn't know Thomas Souček was Italian.
It didn't even sound Italian. Well, we're going to be...
Next Mario movie. Thomas Souček.
Souček with his potato salad.
He just stood there eating his potato salad. West Ham, Arsenal are making another substitution. Martin Odegaard is coming off. in the 89th minute.
Yeah, that would be okay.
Yep, Eddie Nketiah is in the room.
And on the pitch.
Ben Rama is coming off for West Ham.
If Nketiah scores a winner, you best believe I'm playing Nketiah's in the room.
I don't know. We might get copyrighted for that. I'm not 100% sure, but Pablo Fornals has come
I'll do it
on.
off stream. It's fine.
I like the fact that me and Elliot are like, oh, should we do this? And Gary's like, no, demonetised. No, we're not allowed to do that. Gary,
It is quite strict. It is.
Gary
I
with
am
the
the rule
rules.
book. Five added minutes. And Rob Holding with a header from the free kick that Arsenal just had straight into Fabianski's grasp. Is there going to be someone to nick a winner?
I was missing Zinchenko in this game. We've missed Zinchenko's attacking threat, I think.
I mean, I can't agree because obviously I'm supporting the club that he would have been playing against. But I'll tell you what, this game has been actually pretty decent. West Ham corner here. #91st minute. Cheers for mocking me there, Kieran.
No, I liked it. I liked the emphasis there. That was good.
Jared Bowen is going to whip this corner in. Rice, Souček, Cornet are all in the box. Zuma's in there. And it's put in. It's cleared away. Out to the path of Aaron Cresswell, who manages to nutmeg someone but gets put to the ground for his trouble. Pablo Fornals has put it out wide to Maxwell Cornet, who is looking completely different after being quite a long time away from injury. It's a great little ball. Cornet puts it back across. Oh, no one can hit it. And Fornals went to hit that, but no one else could be put across, and it's offside. 2 minutes to play left. This game is heating up in the final few minutes. Arsenal now on the attack here. And Arsenal passing it backwards. It isn't going to get you far enough up that pitch, though, is it? And again, it's going sideways. Now it's gone forward. Saka on the ball here. And again, pass backwards. And it's put across. And it's put across to the back post, and it's headed away by West Ham. Reece Nelson picking up the ball after the headed clearance. He's going to try and put it in. Jorginho, a little chip ball in, and it's straight into Fabianski's grasp. This will be a vital point for West Ham here. But really could have been a bigger 3 points if a few chances had gone in the back of the net.
Still gone down to our penalty miss, I think.
Talking about that, they've just talked about that on commentary. The penalty miss, I think, was really, really changing in the situation of Arsenal leading this game. Declan Rice, great tackle there. And Rice trying to find a pass, and he gets it out wide to Kufal. Kufal managing to find Maxwell Cornet down the right-hand side here. No one in the box, but he's put it in anyway and trying to find Fornals. But unfortunately couldn't. There is literally 30 seconds left of this game. Is it going to be where someone picks it up in the dying seconds of the game? A bit like you would in FIFA. And Arsenal passing it backwards, trying to find that gap where they can get through that West Ham brick wall of players. Saka trying to put it across, and it's flicked over by... And Trossard tries to have a volley and completely misses it. And there is the final whistle. West Ham 2, Arsenal 2. Obviously, you guys, I'm gathering, are still watching it at the moment.
Yeah, down to the last 30 seconds.
I'll let you guys
it's
watch
obviously
it.
the neutral. I mean, that's the neutral fan of the, two teams. Gary, a man of the match from you, mate?
Oh, I'll tell you what, Jared Bowen.
Okay. Elliot?
I think was...
Go on, Gary was going to add something onto that.
I think a vital part of the defence and the attack of West Ham, and getting that, obviously, that goal to equalise.
Elliot?
I mean, Jared Bowen was very good, but I'd give it to Rice. I thought he was very good in that midfield. Countless times he stopped us and started counter-attacks, and yeah, I'd give it to Rice.
I've got the table up here if Gary can put it in.
Kieran, what are you saying? Your man of the match?
I'll probably say... I'll probably say Ben Rama. I think Ben Rama had a good game. Got the first goal and was... I thought played really well. So yeah, I'll probably say him. But as you can see there, 4 points now stands between Manchester City and Arsenal at the top, with Manchester City now having a game in hand, that game against Brighton. But of course, Manchester City and Arsenal do meet at the Etihad Stadium in a week's time. Newcastle remain in third and could drop down to fourth if Manchester United can get the victory later today against Notts Forest. But Newcastle obviously losing to Aston Villa by 3-0, which puts Aston Villa now in sixth. Manchester United, as we mentioned, has now got to play Forest. Spurs, after the losing late against Bournemouth, remain in that Europa League position. Brighton as well, another big victory for them against Chelsea, are in seventh. Liverpool, who have still got to play Leeds on Monday, on tomorrow night's game, sit in eighth. Brentford and Fulham are the two teams that operate the top 10 of the table, despite Brentford not being able to get a win in the last 5 games. Chelsea are another team that are without a win. So Frank Lampard's return to Stamford Bridge has not been a kind one for him. Crystal Palace as well, with that 5-1 win against Leeds last week, operate 12th. Wolves seem like they're going to be coming out of that relegation battle in 13th after their victory yesterday. Bournemouth are now in 14th following that victory against Spurs. West Ham with a vital point today against Arsenal are in 15th. And as you can see, Leeds still got to play against Liverpool tomorrow. Everton, who lose against Fulham yesterday. And then the bottom 3, Forest, could remain down there. It's a big game for Forest, who could climb out that relegation zone with a victory. Leicester City, under new boss Dean Smith, will try and fight as well. Southampton, rock bottom of that table after another defeat yesterday. So, very interesting table. I mean, obviously, it's all going on at the top. That's what we need to focus on. And Ellie, mate, it was once again another struggling game. And you look at Arsenal at the top there, and it almost feels like it might not be at the top for far too long.
Yeah, it's 2 points lost. I know we've still got that 4 points, but look, we've got to go to the Etihad and get something. If we lose to City, I reckon it's done. I reckon they'll take it off us and then we'll finish second. But yeah, it wasn't a great performance from us. But yeah, I'm hoping next week we bounce back and start winning again.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gary, if I just scroll down to the bottom there, for you guys, I mean, it's your second win in 5. Sorry, it's another draw for you. Sorry, I apologise. And sitting 15th, now 4 points behind the relegation zone. Your teams around you losing as well is obviously big. Forest yet to come as well. With the underdogs against Man United. Is it more positive looking at results like this?
Yeah, it's more positive looking at results, and obviously how we played against Arsenal. It was fantastic, and I think we shouldn't have gone 2 goals down in the first 10 minutes, but the way we came back and showed that we still have a bit of fight with us and a bit of character, and proving that we don't want to just sit and let us go down. We want to keep up the fight and get up that table and fight as much as possible. It's positive to see.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here for this Footy Fan Zone live stream. Many thanks to Gary and Elliot for joining us here today. Thank you very much for all the incredible support that we've been having on the channel as well. So much positivity all around the Footy Fan Zone at the moment. So massive thank you to that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like if you enjoy the content, enjoy the clips that are now all available to watch now on the channel. And please join us for our weekly live stream, which will be on Tuesday. So make sure that you join us for that, where we'll be getting into the results of the last week, plus all great stuff. Many thanks. We'll see you next time on the Footy Fan Zone. See you in a bit.